Good morning, y'all. It's LA Appliance Guy. How are you doing? We just got in the best washer ever. Pretty close to it. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Oh, ho, 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 right to them. Look at the back. Look at the bottom. Get out of here, Skeeter. But yeah, this is a direct drive Kenmore 600 series. Spotless, except dun dun. Look at that. Grease and oil slung around the inside like that. Center seals. So let's get started. I love these things. We're gonna rebuild it. I ain't quitting. It's gonna be fixed. So we already know what we need to do. This was a gift. Thank you. Said it had a bunch of oil and water under it. So you got to reach over and hit your tallywhacker. You can use a putty knife or something flat under each edge, but I just reach in there and hit it with my old finger. Give it a Judy chop and a Judy chop. Oh, I just Judy chopped on that one. Back down. Good job. Good job. Okay. Judy chop. Now roll it back. Unplug your switch. Looks like it's gotten a little warmish there. Popper clips. All right, stick your screwdriver in there. Pop your funky clip. Pop your funky clip. And pull your whole shebang bang. See, that's no good. No es bueno. Beautiful other than that. Ooh, look at that doo-doo on that transmission. Now we got to figure out which seal is leaking. But what I look for is movement in the drum. If the bushings are good, we're in business. Okay, y'all, so I'm just gonna warn you, this was kind of a tough one to shoot because we were pulling a vacuum on a little cooler and it was really noisy. But all we got to do here is pop the top tub cap, and then we pop the cap off the agitator there and took the 7/16 bolt out. The dog gears are bad too, so we're going to have to put a dog gear set in there. Not a big deal. But now we got to the spanner. This is a regular old spanner nut. I use the same old TB123 spanner nut wrench we've used for 20-something years, at least as long as I can remember. And then getting the tub out can sometimes be a pain. You might need a second set of hands to pull up and tap down on the block. Not down on the transmission, down on the block. Pop our couple clips, get our pump off, swing it out of the way. Sorry about the noisy vacuum. Take our pump off, drop our transmission. Okay, so I warned you about the vacuum pump noise, but now we just got to take our 3 1/2-inch bolts out and the transmission motor and fall right out. Well, there's our dirty shaft. That's what we were looking for. Ruined clutch. Dirty shaft. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ah. This is where I would recommend gloves. No worries, I have a towel. Doo-doo sealed shaft. Good sealed shaft. Although it's starting to eat into it. How about we just change both of them, maybe? Man, that don't look so hot. We're gonna change both of them. All right, y'all, just preparing the old redneck soft jaws. My towel. Take a flathead and start tapping it down the side of the shaft, and eventually you'll pry off the old seal. The seal has a piece of brass inside of it. I believe it's brass. I don't know. I just know it's very soft. And once you start tapping down the center line there, it will start to pry off of there. Once you get it out, wipe the doo-doo out of the top there. And sometimes I try and take my flathead and scrape some of the junk and rust off the top side. Or sandpaper, that works too, but you need something clean to get the new one in. Now we will do the exact same to the brake tube seal here. It's a brake and clutch spin tube. I don't know what it's actually called. I call it the brake and spin tube because it has the friggin' brakes on it. But there's our top seal there. This one is the one that gets really corroded and really crusty down in there. And you'll see in a second, we'll go ahead and do a little sanding on the lip. This is my 1 1/4 socket. Put the lube on it. Get it nice and slick. Yeah. All right. I like to kind of sand down these edges of here. They get a little doo-doo on them right here. There we go. There we go. All right. All right. So you can see there, I kind of started it with my hands and then I start tapping it down. A block of wood does it, but I also in a minute will grab this little punch I have, this steel rod that helps. You kind of want to work it down as even as you can. I'm going to use this little steel rod that comes in the Cabrio bearing press kits. It actually does really good because I think a lot more of the energy goes through this steel rod than it does with that wood. And the wood starts to splinter and shoot off. Looking pretty good. It's a little off on this right side, so I'll give it a couple more flaps, try and get it down a little deeper. Same thing on this one. A little soap. Maybe a little too much soap. I can't remember which size socket I use. We'll figure it out once you get it started. Sometimes you bend these little teeth out of here with the socket, but that's no big deal. We'll bend them back in. I used to have a perfect deep well socket that would fit right inside of these two top teeth, but like everything else around here, it kind of grew legs and flew away somehow, or walked away, whatever. But now I just used like 2 sockets, one to kind of start it and then another one to finish it off. This is really the hard way to do this. To be honest, if this was my unit, I would probably change the whole spin and brake tube all in one unit with a new seal right on top, brand new. That would be the best fix, but they're pretty pricey. There are some aftermarkets out there, I believe, that are still available. You cannot get the stem that we just changed, the seal in the unit, as a whole unit anymore. You have to change those bushings and seals. Looks like to finally get it down in there was a 3/4. It's about as best as I can get right there. See what I mean about spreading the teeth out? We'll straighten them out in just a second. The best fix here is actually just to change the spin and brake tube, but they're expensive. So we're gonna try seals first. I have a couple of videos of doing these seals, so I'll try and link it in the description, but here I'm just bending these teeth back a hair. Sometimes I'll take a little dab of this grease and put it on the inside of the lip here because you'll get a squeak out of them. Sometimes if you don't. Guess what time it is? Happy brush time. Woo! Gotta clean her up, baby. That's the worst right there. This ain't really all that bad. It's on there pretty good though. And there's the only other seal right there, that big donut tub seal. If that was leaking, it would be coming out right here. Usually it comes off of these legs here. When it comes down the center, it's either one or both of the seals. A little bit of soup. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Gonna be beautimous. Get that shaft. Get that dirty shaft. Get that dirty shaft. Yeah. Get that dirty, dirty, dirty shaft. Look at this old doo-doo drum. Knock that doo-doo off. Yeah. Yeah. Now, what do I say, people? It ain't perfect, it's better. Look at that. Most of our crusties gone. Alrighty, take your doohickey here and slip it back in. Oh, ow. Yeah, it's sharp too. Yep, should have used my my soft jaws. Got in a hurry. Little sucker. This is where gloves come in handy, or a towel. That's okay. Sometimes they can fight going back in, but it's not a big deal. You'll get it up there. Now for the clutch. I got a bunch of clutch videos, but really you just take the washer off the top, then you pull the sideways clip off the shaft and pull your, there's a little like snap ring round clamp that holds it down onto the top 4 teeth. The tricky part is when you're putting the new one down in there, not jamming the flathead right into your hand. But yeah, the plastic ring goes on the underside of the clutch. Snap the little round ring down, make sure to put your sideways clip in, and then your washer back on top. And then you'll take your shaft and jam it right on in there. Just make sure that the spring of the clutch does not hit the arm that's hanging down on the spin and brake tube. Now for the 3 1/2-inch bolts. I don't know how tight these things are supposed to be. I just zip them in. But best to make them pretty tight because you don't want them to vibrate out of there. Then you'll grab your pump, put it back onto the front of the shaft with its 2 clips, and we're almost done. Look at that delicious soup. Now you'll drop your tub and block down onto the spin and brake shaft, line the 2 top tallywhackers up with the block, and then tighten your spanner nut down. I don't know how tight these are supposed to be. I just hit them with a hammer until it stops moving. That's pretty much just about it. But you don't want it loose because the tub will slip on that block and make noise. And sometimes it can wear a hole into it. Snap your top ring down, and then we'll grab our agitator. Remember, we have to put some dog ears in. Very simple. I have many videos of putting dog ears in. They're the 4 little teardrop shaped plastic pieces that slip down onto the shaft in the cam that go onto the shaft. Nothing to it. Looks like the hardest part of this whole job was holding on to the stupid dog ears. I was flinging them everywhere. But yeah, this is actually what they call a triple action agitator because it has a spring in it and it kind of moves up and down. I don't care. It's dual to me. Alrighty, moment of truth. We'll bypass our lid switch and see if she leaks. That was a pretty rough seal install, to be honest. They didn't want to cooperate. Only jump white and gray. Green is the most important wire. Don't mess with it. Pow pow. And in just like 2 minutes, boom, it's almost full. We'll have to try and secure this baby up. I don't like when they're rubbing on the ground like that. It can cause a hole. Three, 2, 1. Right on time. Look at that baby wash. Real freaking washer. Look at all the doo-doo floating around that we knocked off. Nice. Transmission's got a little knock to it. That's okay. Sounds like my machine at my house. Knock, 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 knock. That just means it's working, baby. Oh no, don't get my Kenmore 600 cabinet wet. Yeah, I'm gonna wash the cabinet first while it's still running. Not really all that dirty. But yeah, sorry this is a weird video because I had the, happy brush time. It's turning into sad brush. I had the vacuum running on a little cooler and it was really noisy, so I couldn't really talk much with all that noise going on. So I just kind of rushed through it. And I got some paper cuts to show for it, because you get in a hurry, you start getting cut. But yeah, these are one of the best machines they ever made. Not necessarily the 600, but just direct drive in general. We'll probably get about 350 out of this one, easy, no problem. We'll get less for newer units and more for these old units because they're just sought after. And they take some more labor sometimes. Ooh, this baby done dropped down to slow speed. Like a Cadillac, cruising. Would you look at that? The freaking neutral is good too. These have a neutral where they'll drain and then pause and it'll shift and then spin. And sometimes the neutral goes, but it will still work. It just burns up the clutches faster. But that is wonderful. Pumping all that doo-doo out of there. Get on out of there. Looky there. New clutch doing its job. Come on now. There you go. And no water slinging. Yay! Well, what do you know? We got a full rinse. A full rinse, not a PP rinse. Final spin. It's the final countdown. Guess what? It's done. Fixed. Time to clean. Oh no, don't get my Kenmore 600 washer wet. DD don't care. So yeah, the best washer they ever made. Well, I can't say ever made, but in the last 30-something years. Yeah, this thing cleaned up nice. Gonna have to get about 350 out of her. Or I'll take this baby home. Winner, winner. Alrighty, grab your funky clips, roll your console or headboard, whatever you want to call it, back. Grab your shebang bang. Catch it under the bottom front lip and lay it back. Pressure with the boot. Lock it down onto the tallywhacker at the bottom. Clip. Don't pinch any of the lines. Plug in your switch. Boot. Oh, there we go. There we go. And pow. Roll your headboard over. Line it up and Judy slam. Judy slam. So yeah, we made it to the end of the video on that beautiful Kenmore 600 direct drive clean unit with a bad center seal and clutch. So yeah, and dogs. But yeah, we took it apart, put the top and the middle seal in and a new clutch. And I mean, technically the best way to do that is to change the brake tube itself, but they're pricey. And you can't get that middle stem with the seal already in it. You have to change it. But yeah, great washers. Somebody's gonna have to pay a pretty penny for that one because it cut me. And that's our keyword today, friggin' paper cuts. When you get in a hurry, you get paper cuts. No biggie. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. The best. Later. I'm just out here in the backyard cooking some steaks. Just wanted to say thank you to the guys and gals and all y'all liking and subscribing, and to my neighbor Michael for purchasing an LA Appliance Guy coffee mug. You rock, man. Thank you. And to everybody out there traveling for Thanksgiving and all that stuff, here in the States, travel safely, pack your patience. I got a few more days of work, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then we'll be off the rest of the week. So it's going to be a great family and friends Thanksgiving. So thank you guys. Thanks again, Michael, my neighbor, and have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye. Steaks need tending. Right, Benny? Best washers ever. Y'all have a great day.